The assassin. You know I break necks, call me Jack Tate. I have no regrets while your life is fading. I'm a crazy fuck equivalent to Satan. When I'm behind the mic, I feel like the greatest. You know I break necks, call me Jack Tate. I have no regrets while your life is fading. I'm a crazy fuck equivalent to Satan. When I'm behind the mic, I feel like the greatest.
What up, y'all? You're listening to Sports Talk with Tropp, and I'm your host, Katie Tropp. Well, Lamar Jackson is back with a vengeance. He came back from his 3-4 week hiatus from that hamstring injury, and he didn't really run all over the place, but he definitely was throwing up the TDs. Now, I mean, I felt this was going to be a get-right game for him since he was going up against Miami, and it was a get-right game. The Baltimore Ravens got the win over the Miami Dolphins 28-6 last night in Thursday Night Football, and Lamar Jackson went 18 for 23, 204 yards and 4 touchdowns, and just a really efficient game for him. And it's just definitely what they needed. Baltimore's defense made some big plays as well. They caused a couple of turnovers, especially this one great fumble. It ended up setting them up in the red zone with good field position already to start, but they just had some great turnovers last night. Just all around good game. Now, like I said, it's the Miami Dolphins, and they are a terrible team and continue to look worse and worse and worse each and every week. So that's how that game went last night. Baltimore Ravens 28-6. And, in my head-to-head matchup with the homie Simon Ruvalcaba, I actually ended up taking the lead last week. I now officially have a 3-game lead over Simon. Last week, I went 9-4. He went 5-8 to take my season total to 78-42 and his to 75-45. So I have officially taken the lead. And we both had the Baltimore Ravens last night. So we both start the weekend off 1-0. I had the Ravens 27-10. He had the Ravens 19-13. So 1-0 for this weekend. So let's get into the Sunday games, beginning with the Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, the Chicago Bears are a 1.5-point favorite. And, Cincinnati is a weird team, especially since they got Flacco. Now, it's looking like there's some his game status is just to be determined right now because he apparently suffered an injury in the last game. So he may not play, but even so, I think this is going to be a difficult matchup for the Bears. I mean, they just they're not a terrible team, but they're also a team you still can't figure out. I don't really think they have much of an identity just yet. I still kind of feel like their offense is very loosey-goosey, and it doesn't have a lot of it just doesn't look that great just yet. You could tell that they still have some work to do, but they definitely, on the defensive side of the ball, look pretty solid. But with that being said, I just kind of feel like this is one of those games where the Cincinnati Bengals are just going to put it together and the Chicago Bears are just going to fall short. I think it's going to be a close back-and-forth battle, but I do think the Bears are going to have difficulty stopping Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has just been difficult for everybody to stop, as usual, and I think he's going to be the difference in this one, and I've got the Cincinnati Bengals winning this one 24-21. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Right now, the Lions are an 8.5-point favorite, and the Vikings suffer yet another injury. Carson Wentz, even though he was having a terrible season, he ended up having shoulder surgery because you could tell in this last game he was spent. Every time he would land on that shoulder, you could tell he was just in an immense amount of pain. So while I feel like his season was terrible, you still got to give it up for him for just going out there and the amount of pain he was in. But with that being said, I don't even know who is starting at quarterback for them this week. I have no idea. So that really is not good for them because they are running into a buzzsaw. The Detroit Lions are a damn good team, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And I just kind of feel like this is going to be all Detroit all day. I've got the Detroit Lions winning 41-17. Then we have the Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Right now, the Packers are a 12.5-point favorite. And, Carolina, they're getting Bryce Young back this week, but they're going up against a really solid Green Bay Packers team who seems to be getting better each and every week. I feel like this Green Bay Packers defense is going to feast on this Carolina Panthers offense, and I think the Green Bay Packers offense is going to have zero issue scoring against the Carolina Panthers defense, and I just think it's going to be all Green Bay all day. I've got the Packers winning 31-10. Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Tennessee Titans. Right now, the Chargers are a 10.5-point favorite. The Titans are just a garbage-ass team. Chargers, one of the better teams in the league. I wouldn't really call them legit just yet, but they definitely have shown a lot more progress as a team than the Tennessee Titans have. I've got the Chargers rolling over the Titans 30-7. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons at the New England Patriots. Right now, the Patriots are a 5.5-point favorite. And the Patriots just look like a really solid team right now. Defensively, really damn good. But offensively, really putting it together. Really not having a lot of issues, just making the plays when they need to. Atlanta just is a very shoddy team. There really isn't much good to say about them besides Bijan Robinson. He's an excellent running back. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that's going to be enough in this one. I just think New England's going to dominate this one 28-17. Then we have the San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants. Right now, the Niners are a 2.5-point favorite. These are two bruised and battered teams. I'm honestly torn on this one because I kind of feel like the Giants defense can really make things difficult for the San Francisco 49ers offense. And depending on who's at quarterback, especially, Mac Jones isn't mobile at all. And Brock Purdy, if he ends up playing, how mobile is he going to be? I mean, he's got a turf toe injury. So I kind of feel like this is going to be a very close battle. I think both defenses are really just going to be the edge in this one. And really, I'm leaning towards the Niners just because they're the better team, just more well coached, obviously, than the Giants. And I just think they're the better team. So I'm leaning towards the Niners in this one in a very close one. I've got the Niners winning 17-16. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, the Colts are a 3.5-point favorite. And to me, this one, I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is going to do what you're supposed to do, and that is go at Jonathan Taylor in this one. Do your best to take him out of this game as best you can, and then just really get at Daniel Jones and take away all their weapons. I think this is one of those games where it's kind of time for the Colts to lose one and time for the Steelers to win one, and I just kind of feel like the Steelers are going to step it up defensively in this one. I feel like they're a little bit pissed off because they're on a little bit of a losing streak here. I think they'll get right in this one. Even though I think the Colts are a really solid team, it's just to me one of those things where it's both teams are converging. One team just is desperate for a win. The other one has been on a nice solid winning streak here. And I just think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is good enough to at least take out Jonathan Taylor as best you can. So I've got the Steelers winning a close one, 26-24. Then we have the Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans. Right now, the Broncos are a 1.5-point favorite. To me, this is going to be a defensive battle. These are two of the top defenses in the league, especially the Denver Broncos. They are excellent at getting at the quarterback, and so that is not going to be good for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, I expect him to be running for his life in this one. But I expect the same thing for Bo Nix as well. And I just kind of feel like this is going to be one of those defensive battles where it's just one team gets the edge. And I kind of feel like Denver is, they're kind of riding high on these really weird wins. How they had the big comeback win the other couple weeks ago. And I just kind of feel like they're riding high right now. And it's just kind of the time for the Texans to win this one. And I do think it's going to be a close battle, but I just kind of feel like I'm leaning towards Texans in this one. I've got the Texans winning 20-19. Then our afternoon games, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, the Jaguars are a 3.5-point favorite. The Raiders don't really have anything good to say about them, whereas the Jaguars still have a solid defense. Their offense is still trying to find its way, but you could tell that they're just taking care of business. And it's just the Raiders are a terrible ass team, so I'm taking the Jaguars in this one, 28-14. Then we have the New Orleans Saints at the Los Angeles Rams. Right now, the Rams are a 13.5-point favorite. The Saints, another terrible ass team. They just have no idea what they're doing this year, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, not that bad, but I mean, they can only do so much. The Rams are they are lights out. They seem to be getting better each and every game. Offensively, they're really clicking on all cylinders, and defensively, they are as well. So I just kind of feel like the Rams are going to roll in this one. I've got the Rams winning 42-10. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Right now, the Chiefs are a 1.5-point favorite. I look at this one. This is obviously going to be a headbanger. Two really solid teams. These have been excellent games over the years. It just kind of depends on what's going on with each team, and I kind of feel like both teams I would say are equal, both on the defensive and the offensive side of the ball. You know, you got Josh Allen on one side, you got Patrick Mahomes on the other, two well-coached teams, two really solid defenses. They're both great at turning over the ball. They're both good at getting at the quarterback. I just kind of feel like right now the Chiefs are riding high and on a nice, solid winning streak right now. And it's just kind of one of those things where I just feel like it's time for them to lose at this point in time. I think the Bills are just going to put it together in this game. They know what they got to do to get the win. And the Bills are also at home, so I just lean that way as well. And it's not the playoffs. In the playoffs, I probably would take the Chiefs, but in this one, I'm going to take the Bills. I've got the Bills 28-21. And then our Sunday night football matchup is the Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Commanders. Right now, the Seahawks are a 3.5-point favorite. It looks like Jaden Daniels is going to play in this one, but no Terry McLaurin. So they definitely are going to lose something on the offensive side of the ball. But defensively, Washington's starting to get stronger. They're starting to get at the quarterback, and they're starting to look like a Dan Quinn-led defense. And Seattle, they're a weird team to me. I don't really trust them just yet. I think they've got good things to say about them, and they're definitely in it, but I just don't look at them as a legit squad just yet. So I am leaning towards Washington. I just kind of feel like Washington's defense is going to step it up and force Sam Darnold into some interceptions or possibly fumbles. And I've got Washington winning a close one, 27-23. Moving on to this World Series, in Game 5, the Toronto Blue Jays ended up taking the 3-2 lead. They won the game 6-1, and their rookie, who just was called up like a month ago, Trey Savage. He is a fucking savage for sure. Dude pitched 7 beautiful innings with 12 strikeouts. Vladimir Guerrero added to his beautiful postseason with another home run. And this was straight up domination by Toronto. Like, it looked like it was going to be another close one, and then Toronto just started creeping away, and then Savage just was a savage in this one. And Game 6, Friday night in Toronto, finally, for once, the Dodgers they are up against the wall right now. They have to win tonight. They have not been in this position at all in this postseason. They've absolutely dominated. And Toronto is stepping up. So I'm rooting for Toronto, of course, but I won't be shocked if we end up having a Game 7 in this one. But congratulations for Toronto for making this a series, because I was very scared that this was going to be all Dodgers, and thankfully Toronto has stepped it up, and I'm hoping they take home the World Series win tonight. Moving on to the week of basketball. What a fucking start to the NBA season we have had. I mean, there is so much talent in this league, and it's so great to see what's going on. So let's just get into it. Beginning on Monday night, the San Antonio Spurs got the win over the Toronto Raptors 121-101, and it's Victor Wembanyama. This guy, it is so great to see he's healthy, and not only is he healthy this year, but you could just see the growth. This is what happens, and this is why it's kind of funny. Dallas Mavericks fans are kind of acting stupid about Cooper Flagg right now. They're expecting this dude to come out and be Michael Jordan day one, and it's like, no, man. It does not matter if this is the number 1 overall pick or a dude who was picked last in the draft or an undrafted free agent, whatever. It takes time to build, and Victor Wembanyama is showing you. His first couple of seasons, he had to grow into his body. He had to grow into the league. He had to grow into the system. And now Victor Wembanyama is just balling uncontrollably to start this season. He went 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 4-0, the best start for the San Antonio Spurs since 2017. He is just carrying this team, and a monster. He is a beast right now, and it's beautiful to see. Another team that's riding high, the Oklahoma City Thunder, defending champions, took out the Dallas Mavericks 101-94 on Monday night. SGA had 23 points. Chet Holmgren, 18 points, 11 rebounds. It's just an overall great game from Oklahoma City. They have come right out the gate and look like they are ready to defend that title. Then the Denver Nuggets took out the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-111. Nikola Jokic, the dude, the triple-double king. Guess what he did? Third straight triple-double on the season. By the way, only 3 games to start the season at this point. He had 25 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists. And Jamal Murray dropped 43 points in this game as well. Just a big, big win for Denver. Denver is having a monster season to start as well. Then on Tuesday, the Milwaukee Bucks took down the New York Knicks 121-111, and Giannis, talking about a monster season. To me, that Giannis is, when Wemby first hit the league and was drafted, I looked at Giannis and kind of what he did in his career, and that's exactly what I expect for Wemby, and that's exactly what Wemby's doing. He's basically doing what Giannis did to start, and now Giannis still balling uncontrollably in this league. When Giannis is healthy, Giannis is a killer. He is so damn good, and he had 37 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and just really started off the season. If Milwaukee trades him, whoever gets Giannis is getting a peak Giannis, I feel like. And then on Tuesday night, the Philadelphia 76ers, who are still undefeated right now, got the win over the Washington Wizards. Wrong sport. Washington Wizards in 139-134 in overtime. Tyrese Maxey, another dude who is just balling out of his mind right now to start the season. He had 39 points and 10 assists. And Joel Embiid, he's actually playing so far this year. Now, he's coming off of the bench in limited minutes right now, but he had 25 points in this one. And like I said, the Philadelphia 76ers are actually undefeated right now. Then on Wednesday, the Denver Nuggets took down the New Orleans Pelicans 122-88, and Nikola Jokic. Did I say he was a triple-double king? Yeah, guess what? He had his 4th triple-double in a row of the season, this short season already. 21 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. By the way, that's a record. That ties him with Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook. So if he has a triple-double in his next game, 5th game in a row, he will be alone atop that record. I mean, real talk. The triple-double kings over the years are Nikola Jokic, Russell Westbrook, and Oscar Robertson. Those are the triple-double kings. They always are it's just their thing. And Jokic it's so crazy to watch him because he does it so easily. It feels like it's not even a problem for him when you see him just do this. And it's just like, well, whatever. But like I said, Denver has just come right out the gate and is just playing excellent basketball right now because it's not just Jokic. Their entire team is balling right now. And I think it's because they're finally healthy, because I don't know if you remember, last year it was injury after injury after injury. So this Denver Nuggets team could be a real force. Then on Wednesday night, speaking of a real force, Los Angeles Lakers got a nice win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 116-115, Austin motherfucking Reeves. Who would have thought? Who would have thought as a Lakers fan? You know, I'm thinking it's Luka, LeBron, these guys going to have a good year. I thought last year, I thought Luka and Reeves looked great on the court together. I felt like they were going to grow together. Who would have thought Austin motherfucking Reeves is the one carrying us this season? He had the game-winning shot in this one. 28 points. LaRavia had 27 points as well. This is I'm looking for. I told y'all I picked the Lakers to win the championship. I was, y'all probably thought, oh, the stupid Lakers fan just picking her dumbass Lakers because she's a homer. Nah. This team is good, and Austin Reeves, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. I mean, obviously, we need Luka back, who's expected back tonight. But, I mean, it's nice to see at the beginning of the season how Reeves is taking the leadership role, but the rest of these role players are falling right in line. They're getting some nice playing time as well, so I like to see that. It's just, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from my Lakers this year, really liking it, and I love to see that Austin Reeves has just taken over this week. He has stepped right into the leadership role, and when Luka and LeBron come back, he's going to get back right into his role. But the great thing is, we know what Austin Reeves is capable of. So now you got. Let's just say, you got Luka, LeBron, and Reeves all three on the court at the same time. Who you guarding? Who the fuck you guarding? Because I don't care if LeBron is injured. If LeBron gets right, even if he's fucking 60% LeBron, the dude's better than the majority of the dudes on the court still. LeBron, if he's just even playing a role player role, that's beautiful in my opinion, because if our role player is LeBron, he's going to take over. He's still going to play great on the defensive side of the ball. He's still going to make the clutch shots, and he's still going to make the big plays when he has to. So I am looking forward to all three of those dudes being out on the court at once. But Austin Reeves, he's having no issues without them. And then last night, the San Antonio Spurs got another win, 107-101 over the Miami Heat. First 5-0 start for the San Antonio Spurs in their entire history. This goes for when they had David Robinson, a Hall of Fame player, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Greg Popovich. These are some of the winningest names in the history of the NBA. And the San Antonio Spurs start the season off 5-0. Victor Wembanyama. Did I say that name to start? Did I say that motherfucking name to start? I think I did. He had 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 blocks. I mean, that is such a mind-blowing stat line. The dude is such a beast. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful year from Victor Wembanyama. And 5-0 to start for the Spurs. I thought they were going to start the season off slow and kind of gradually make their way to the playoffs. Nah, Wemby's like, nah, bitch. I'm going to slap you in the face with this big-ass hand and show y'all that, no, we're the Spurs and we're 5-0 to start the season. Crazy. But guess who's 6-0 to start the season? That would be the Oklahoma City Thunder. Took down the Washington Wizards yesterday, 127-108 to start the season 6-0. SGA dropped 31 points. This team is playing excellent team ball. They're playing excellent defense, playing excellent offense. SGA, he was the MVP last year. Pick it up right where he left off. Now, he's got a lot of competition so far this year to start the season. Like I said, Wemby. Hell, you can't count out Reeves right now. Maxey, Jokic, Giannis. Come on, y'all. This is a great start to the NBA season. Excellent. But Oklahoma City, these are the defending champs, and they are 6-0 to start the season. And this is the Western Conference, too, in a difficult division. The rest of the Western Conference, the rest of the league better be on notice for Oklahoma City because I feel like they're just getting started. This could be the next dynasty because, like I said, they've been building. They've been building for the last 4 or 5 years. And they finally won a championship last year, and here they are to start this season off 6-0, looking fantastic. Like I said, they've got a lot of competition, but they are the top dog, and they are playing like the top dog. All right, y'all, enjoy the weekend of sports, and I will talk to you fools on Monday.